Hi, everyone. We're here on another Wednesday. Today, you might hear a little bit of background music, but no worries. We're just going to go ahead and start our discussion of BARUJ and BARUJ BENACERRAF. I'll probably double check and make sure that I have the pronunciation of his name correct. But I've been reading a little bit more into his life because there's a bit more complexity to it in terms of where he's from and the different areas that he's been. But from what I can remember, I read more about it because it took a little bit more for me to remember. But it seemed like he spent most of his professional life in the United States, though he was Venezuelan, and he had parents from different countries. I think one of his parents was from Spanish Morocco, and his father might have moved to Venezuela and then started a textile business. But I say all of that just because he himself, Baruj, didn't actually pursue textile industry study as his forefronted career path, even though I think he was still associated with it. Mentioned that he studied textile. I don't know what the specifics were or what his specialization was if he had one, but apparently he decided not to stick with it and instead pursued medicine. And I think he applied for maybe 24 different schools before he was accepted. And at one point in his career, did earn the Nobel Prize, so or was a Nobel laureate along with someone else. So I think that's a really fantastic transition from Anton W. Amo, or Anthony William, because he also went very deep into his career professionally in psychology and is still remembered for what he studied. So, yeah, medicine comes up pretty often in relation to, the mind, the body, and the spirit, and how it reacts to different physical difficulties or any type of medical issues. So they connect really, really well. So let's go ahead and get started and look into a quiz or any questions that come up about immunology. Ailments. I think ailments was the word I was looking for. Any type of ailments. Many times people will think about the mind, body, and spirit and any connections there. And ailments are often thought to be addressed with different types of immunology. Yeah. So I probably have to look deeper into it, but either way, yesterday, trivia question, the trivia question addressed a certain type of flower that apparently is really potent, but it's a type of daisy. It's not just a daisy. It's a specific type of it. So I'm curious if finding an immunology quiz will bring up any of the plants specific to it. So immunology, just a little bit more music in the background there. So, immunology trivia quiz. This quiz is mainly on the molecular components of the immune system. Cool. So, that really considers one, of course, Baruj, but also our focus from last week, like I was just talking, and like I was just talking about. So, let's see if we know the answers to these questions. So, one second. Um, I'd acknowledge the music, but we'll see if we can do something about the TV because the music has changed to television. Hold on one second. Cool. So the first question is, what are the two types of immunity? All right. So acquired and inactive, inactive, innate, adaptive, innate, active, adaptive. I think it's acquired. Acquired is only here once. I'm going to say adaptive and innate. All right, two. Which of these are the most abundant in circulation? Dendritic cells, basophils, neutrophils, mast cells. I think it's mast. Three. Which of these is a professional antigen presenting cell? APC. Erythrocytes, eosinophils, mast cells, dendritic cells. Professional antigen presenting cell. I don't know. I'm going to use a different quiz. This quiz is kind of giving weird vibes. Well, let's check the answers. Adaptive and innate. That's correct. Let's try another one. Do you know your immune system? True or false? The adaptive immune system is responsible for generating long lasting immunity. Let's try this one. 2, 3, 4. All right, that's cool. Do you know your immune system? Throughout our immunology mini-series, we introduced the immune system and its many functions and components. Additionally, we highlighted how vaccines train your immune system, how the system can go awry, and how NIGMS supported researchers are studying immunology and infectious diseases. Put your knowledge about the immune system to the test by taking the quiz below. Get this one better. All right. Either way, the quizzes today, I think, are a little odd. I can't specify why I feel that way, but the questions are a little strange. Anyway, all right, so one. Which component is a part of the innate immune system? Antibodies, T cells, lysozyme or zeme, B cells. The innate immune system, no antibodies. Two, white blood cells undergo training to differentiate self from non self. If this training fails, what type of condition may occur? Autoimmune disease, immunodeficiency, sepsis, food allergy. Self from non self. Immunodeficiency. 3. True or false? The adaptive immune system is responsible for generating long lasting immunity through vaccination. The adaptive immune system is responsible for generating long lasting immunity through vaccination. Adaptive. Long lasting immunity through vaccination. It's usually not long lasting. I'm going to say false. Number four, which of these terms can be defined as the inability of the immune system to effectively mount a response to a pathogen? Which of these terms can be defined as the inability? Um, I think it's sepsis. Oh, yeah, I think it's cancer actually. All right, five. Every year, about 1.7 million adults in the United States develop sepsis, an extreme immune response to certain insults. Which of the following is a common cause of sepsis? RNA interference, bacterial infection, glycosylation, or cholesterol? Ah, are these questions for real? Yeah, I don't know. There's something not right about these questions today, but I really don't have time to go any deeper. I think they do enough to introduce the themes at hand, so it's okay. We'll see what the answers are. So, RNA interference, back to what's my best guess? I don't think it's cholesterol. Which of these following is a common cause of sepsis? Bacterial infection. All right, let's see. That one was correct. The answer is D, immunodeficiency. Okay. Okay, it was true. That one, this one is, what's the right? A, autoimmune disease. Okay, autoimmune disease versus immunodeficiency. Antibodies. I'm not sure about these questions. But I do know that I definitely don't know that much about this topic. So let's just keep going, and at least we can celebrate number five, bacterial infection and sepsis. Pretty sure about that one. All right, so let's keep going. So this is what we have for Bruges, and then we just need to figure out a time frame and everything like that before we map out the itineraries for Friday. So Rome, Florence, the Italy focused of last week, I think turned out really well. So this week, focusing on health and maybe different places that address top challenges, health wise in the Black community. No. Challenges that are just for people in general. Okay. Uh, should I try to focus on Black owned businesses? All right, so we're going to focus on Black owned businesses because I think that's a much more positive way of integrating the theme in with Black History Month, honestly. All right, so this one is going to go away temporarily. And should I still look up the top challenges? Okay, so we're going to look for them, but the main focus is going to be making sure we have Black owned businesses as destinations. Okay. So, top challenges. Well, that's kind of a silly question, but we'll see what happens. All right, the top immune challenge for the Black community, the top immune challenges for the Black community stem from a complex interplay of socioeconomic and environmental factors, chronic stress, including from racial discrimination, and a potential genetic predisposition to a strong inflammatory response. All right, so dealing with microaggressions, like a black-owned business to help dealing with microaggressions, just for dealing with stress in general. Okay. All right. Black-owned business for stress management. All right. Black Mental Wellness, Estrus Incorporated, Make Me Over Holistic Health. Ooh. All right, we're going to go for that last one. It just sounds nice, but we'll check out the other. Voice of Black Cincinnati. Perfect. This is a good website to save in the research area. All right. So I don't see a link for. Oh yeah, cool. Here's a website. Meet me over at masters.com. That might just be. Coaching, health and wellness classes, yoga therapy. Open in 2015. Pamela Jenkins, master social worker. All right, cool. I just want to make sure that this is hers. I'm not sure this is hers. Might be. There's slightly different contact information. 3198. No, it's the same. It's the same phone number. I just don't see the same website or her name, so I'm going to check out the other businesses. Let's see. Let's see this one. All right, cool. All right, so this one's in more of a similar presentation that goes along with kind of how it's listed there. And that's genuinely what I'm looking for this week. And we see current events. Is there okay. Maybe we have something a little bit more recent. Let's see if there's anything recent on Instagram. All right, so a week ago. Wonderful. And then this is 2026 self-care bingo. Nice. Great. So let's include this one for the first itinerary of the week. This will be Black Mental Wellness. This is not the first company that we looked at, but this one. All right, Black Mental Wellness Company. And then we can write it down here for Monday. Well, not necessarily Monday, but let's say this is for the mind. Black Mental Wellness. Black Mental Wellness Company. Mind, body, spirit. And then maybe we could do something that's more, let's just do like we'll look for a museum. And then we might look for something that's more physical activity related. All right. So, the first company did have pictures of getting a massage done. So I'm going to look for a Black owned business of masseuses. So I wouldn't say that we're necessarily looking for a Black masseuse, but we could. Or maybe a top Black masseuse. How about that? Is that better? Yeah. How do you spell masseuse? Top rated Black owned massage and wellness options in Richmond, Virginia include highly skilled practitioners and specialized spas focusing on therapeutic care. Top choices include Ebony Barclift at Mirrors Massage, Mahogany Massage in Highland Springs, and Prism Sauna and Spa. This is Richmond, Virginia. Should I focus on Richmond, Virginia? Yeah, I don't think so. Let's try to expand top Black masseuse in the world. All right, so top Black massage therapists and body workers, often recognized for their skill and influence, include award-winning practitioners and pioneers. Greg Savage, recognized as the top massage therapist at the Black Spa Awards, is celebrated for his expertise. Other notable professionals include Mike, celebrity therapist, and Angela Jackson of Best of Bodywork LLC. Let's try that one. Angela Jackson, Best of Hollywood, or sorry, Best of Bodywork LLC. This is on Facebook. Woman of Denver. Okay, so this might be in Colorado. Angela Jackson. Eric Dalton. I mean, I guess if we have someone that's a masseuse, right, physical therapist, they do travel quite a bit. So maybe Women of Denver didn't necessarily mean that's where the business is based. Let's just look up Bodywork LLC. It wasn't just Bodywork LLC, it was Best of Bodywork LLC. Okay, so this was in 2021. So I'm not sure this is the same company. But either way, there is the interest in maybe finding a website. Should I include this one? I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not active. It doesn't mean that the company is not active at all. I'm just looking to make sure that I have something people can search for online. So let's see if I can search a little bit more. The only reason why I'm moving to a different option is because I don't have a website to send people to. All right, see if we can find one more. Let's see if I can. Yeah, so my mom's actually in the background today playing music and TV. So if something comes up unexpectedly, then not necessarily a reflection of my plan for this live stream. All right, so this one here, health disparities, is not what I'm looking for anymore. I was searching for top therapists. I'm not sure if I should look for an actual masseuse or for a business, but I'm going to look for a black owned business so that I can hopefully find a website. Prism Sauna Spa. Let's see if these have websites here. Prism Sauna Spa. All right, Prism Sauna Spa. Restore, recover, replenish. Don't just take our word for it. Ooh, sauna and sound. Feel the same frequencies your brain hears. As you lay on your sound lounger, the frequencies you feel synchronize with what you hear to create an immersive three-dimensional audio experience. Choose from over 100 music tracks encoded with vibroacoustic frequencies that will optimize your potential through meditation and vibrations. So there's individual. Okay, so this one, vibroacoustic sound therapy. I'm not seeing too many details about it. Oh, there it is. Let's see if we can find another one. Be your after total wellness. Be your after. Cool. So this is at beyourafter.com. Cool. Yeah, this is the one. All right, let's see what the Instagram looks like. We'll follow on Instagram. I need to follow here as well. Oh, this one. Whoa, that's awesome. Continue. And here we have Be Your After. BeYourAfter.com. So, what do we have here exactly? This is Be Your After Candles. Is a Charlotte NC-based small batches candle brand. Be Your After Candles. That's different. That's sweet. Feel free to take your wig off, rock your bonnet, or sport your do-rag unapologetically. Every element in this space, from the textiles to the music, artwork, candles, and aromatic essential oils, diffuse the hair, thoughtfully selected to create what we like to call woke comfort. Our goal is to provide a much-deserved sanctuary and cultural safe space that allows you to unplug, unwind, and only if temporarily escape your worries. Stimulate love massage. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is what we're looking for. Massage therapy. Massage. And then spirit. So spiritualists. Top black spiritualists in the United States or in the world. New Thought Ministries. So, Reverend Angel Kyoto Williams. Reverend. Writer and activist. Half day sit, return to yourself, practice of liberation, talk, and oops. RevAngel.com. Angel.com. Events, public talks, Dharma and meditative retreats, a retreat, a talk. Conversations in camp. All right, so this one, talking race, love, and liberation. Perfect. So this is it scheduled? Duration. It might be something that's scheduled. Take your pick. One or two, or even all four experiences may make sense for you depending on the amount of time you have available and what kind of radical Dharma experience you are looking for. Consider where you fit in the following three areas: experience, duration, and context. Okay, so here are the four options. Get in the conversation. A radical Dharma. Get in the conversation. How do I know which radical Dharma space to go to? One day, 5 day. Okay, so there's a 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, and 4 day. So there's connection, circle, conversation, and camp. So we'll do a 4 day camp. Do the 4 day camp. Type of experience sought. Camp is explicitly not a race training 101. Its objectives are to connect peoples already committed to implementing racial justice and anti-oppression interventions in their circles of community, identity, and faith, and helps you define and develop a shared language for confronting racialization in your communities using the core framework components of Radical Dharma. Camp is a weekend-long commitment in which we train you in the Radical Dharma 5, the Radical Dharma precepts, and how to implement them into your community. Great. So radicaldharma.org. So Reverend Angel. Right. Spirit. Good. This is a very good match for Spirit, I believe, being that we're talking about Dharma, Radical Dharma Camp and a museum. So we already have this website. Just go here. And a museum. Black Medical History Museum. Black History Museum and Cultural Center, Virginia, in Richmond. I just saw an ad for this. It wasn't necessarily an ad, but it was on the news. There was a story in the news about it. Chimborazo Medical Museum. This is it's the site of Civil War's famous Chimborazo Hospital, where between 1861 and 1865, more than 75,000 Confederate soldiers received treatment. All right, well, that would be an interesting addition for a focus on Black history, because there's a possibility that there were many medically trained people of various races. I don't know. I don't want to make an assumption about the museum and the information that it has. I don't know. Should I include this one? Chimborazo Medical Museum. This is a huge component of Black history, whether it does or does not focus on Black individuals. So we're going to include the Chimborazo Medical Museum. All right. Museum. And physical activity. All right. Workshops, exercise workshops. Exercise workshops for the family. I'm not going to focus specifically on whether this business is Black owned or not. So the thing about looking for some companies that are Black owned is that, and even this particular meeting and this live stream, depending on so many different factors, it's really stressful because it's in a way discriminatory, right? It is discriminatory, but it's in a way that is trying to counteract the status quo discrimination that happens. It's very uncomfortable. However, the good thing here is that we're looking at companies that specifically address needs that are unique to those who deal with being discriminated against because of the color of their skin. I think some of these companies, for some people, might be a turnoff, just simply because they are so focused on the Black experience, whether that would be Black people or not. Like, I'm not going to try to pretend like this is what every Black person is looking for, but I am taking a specific lens and trying to speak on it to include as many perspectives within the Black community as I can, because it's not like there's one facet. It's super multifaceted. However, these companies here I would say identify as being Black, and also clearly are looking to serve individuals who might be left out in these certain spaces because they're Black. So that's why I'm doing this. So the first business, Black Mental Wellness Company, okay, it's therapy for those who feel like they can't find therapy to address their certain stressors because they're Black. Also, be or after. Doesn't really say it in the name, but within the presentation of the business, it's very clear. Okay. She says, wear your do rag. Okay. Now, wearing do rags and scarves is becoming more common for various races. That's definitely true. But I think it's more derivative of, I think most people would say, Black culture. More so derivative. Okay. And then for spirit, there's Radical Dharma Camp. And this particular camp focuses on positive ways of fighting against discrimination. So that's the majority of the itineraries for the week. Now we're moving into a museum that is kind of balancing things out, acknowledging uniquely Black experiences, but maybe from another perspective. And then also the physical activity is just not going to be specific to or even in response to necessarily Black history in a heavy way, right? It's doing physical activity, good for everyone. We're just going to find a company that's great for everybody for physical activity, regardless of audience or owner. Okay. But it's going to be focused for family. It's going to be for family workshops for exercise. Okay. All right. So physical activity. Um, I just exercise. Exercise workshops for families. YMCA. Yeah, YMCA is the goat of such a thing. I mean, so should we just do the YMCA? Yeah, we just do the YMCA. Let's do the YMCA. This is of Greater Richmond. Where is the YMCA headquarters? Illinois. Global headquarters is in Switzerland, however. Suzanne McCormick is the president and CEO of YMCA in the USA. Okay, we're not concerned with Suzanne's race. Okay, I'm just saying her name. All right, this one is Central Loop Suite B, Woodbridge, Virginia. Oh. The Armed Services YMCA headquarters, it says here as well. Okay. Let's just see the workshops that are had at the Illinois location. YMCA, Chicago, Illinois. I'm trying to find different places to talk about. We end up talking about the same places. What I could do, I could talk about Obama's location that's opening up in Chicago. I could. But I think I have that in mind for the end of the month itinerary. So I'm still going to see what's here for the YMCA Chicago location. YMCA Northbrook. they have as family workshops, family membership programs and classes, youth development. Oh, they have family stuff. Preschool, swim, private lifeguard, aqua fitness, mini movers, student division, adult youth competitive open gymnastics, art workshops, community, YMCA education services. Maybe I'm thinking Boys and Girls Club. I know that there was one organization, maybe it was just for a time. They had family workshops. Let me see if the Boys and Girls Club has anything different. We're getting to the end of the hour, but we have enough time. Boys and Girls Club. Boys and Girls Club. Family exercise workshops. Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Programs develop young people's capacity to engage in positive behaviors. I'm still looking for family specific healthy habits, kids and mental health programs, overview education, teens and young adults. Is that pretty good for having kind of an average age for families? Yeah. So we'll just do teens and young adults. Does YMCA have teens and young adults? Adult Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, YMCA Education Services, Adventure Guides, Young Youth Adult, K to 12, Preschool Youth. All right, we have youth. That's more so teen. Grades 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 1 to 4, 3 to 6. That's not including teenagers. I'm going to focus on Boys and Girls Club because they have a wider range of age specific programs. I don't see anything that said teens. "13 to 18 provide meaningful experiences today so teens are ready to chase their dreams tomorrow." 79% of club alumni said the club had a positive impact on their physical well-being. Great. That's what we're looking for, physical well-being. Ooh, Lyricism 101, Money Matters, Make It Count, Computer Science Pathway. So this is RBI, Expand Boys Basketball and Girls Fast Pitch Softball, Keystone Clubs, Movements, Ultimate Team Program. Unique program provides leadership development opportunities for youth to participate in activities, both in and out of the club. The focus areas: academic, career, community service. Lyricism, Money Matters, Computer Science. These are fantastic. The only concern here is that it's not regarding exercise. It's not a problem. It might even be better. This is better. All right, so we're going to include this. Oops. And we'll change the category and go, we have mind, body, spirit, museum, and then education. So for education, Boys and Girls Club, Boys and Girls Club, Teens and Young Adults programs. Teens and Young Adults programs. Cool. So with the last few minutes, we'll start putting together the first itinerary. The first book. Just find it on my phone. Let's say The Road to Tender Hearts. And that book was authored by Annie Hartnett. So let's see which of the options is better for this. The Radical Dharma Camp. Radical Dharma Camp. I don't remember where it is. I'm just going to get the book and then leave it at that for this week. The Road to Better Hearts book. The Road to Tender Hearts. I'm not able to get the picture. Oh, here. And we'll leave it at that for today. So until next reach out, keep it loud.